Actually, my boy don't even know I got him recording right now, man. Working on a masterpiece.
Just practicing.
Word. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, yo, welcome to another promo episode of the Rhythm Kitchen as we bring flavor to your ear. And right now, we got my brother from another mother, dog. My man Nick Speed, aka Levito Speedo. What up, baby?
This time money game, you know how we do it.
Yes, sir. First of all, man, I want to say thank you for giving me this this opportunity to actually interview you. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I just want to know, like, real talk, like, where you originally from, man?
Man, I was born in Los Angeles, California. I stayed there till I was 3 years old. I was basically like an industry baby, I guess. My father worked in many establishments such as Radio and Records, Urban Network, The Gavin, a lot of industry trade publications. And was also producing for radio. So I pretty much got a piece of music, journalism, from my journalist father, who also became editor-in-chief and a lot of things. So, and he ended up working for BET, so we moved to Washington, D.C. when I was 3 years old, and then I moved to Detroit at 6. But while I lived in Washington, D.C., I actually became the youngest on-air radio personality, that was on the airwaves, on WPFW in Washington, D.C. It was a children's show called Jump To It, and I was 4 years old on the radio interviewing everybody from people about South Africa to clowns and all type of stuff. I can actually play some footage of that, but you know what I'm saying?
Word!
Oh, yeah.
And you was like 4 years old when you did that.
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
Oh my gosh, yo, like I said, y'all guys getting exclusive. Y'all don't even understand, I gotta bring my camera and everything.
Right, we got the fan going, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna affect the audio or not.
Nah, and let me just like move to the other corner right here.
Yeah.
See, like I said, man, a lot of people don't know about my boy Nick Speed.
Trans-Africa tries to express the...
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about her job.
Go on to
Work.
Try to find you a good part right here.
The modest man I am. 4-year-old Nicholas Speed.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But being the modest man I am, I'll stop and concentrate on the show. Charles, you are openly generous. Thank you. Every time you open your mouth, you show off your stupidity. Now could you shut your face and listen to the magnificent 4-year-old Nicholas Speed as he interviews Marita Rivera, general manager of everyone's favorite radio station, WPFW. Hi, I'm Charles Lewis, along with Nicholas Speed, and we're talking to Marita Rivera, General Manager of WPFW, and we'll talk to her about WPFW's membership drive.
Yo, that bass is funky.
I like it very much because I think it's important for people to be able to talk to one another over radio and to share their ideas. I like the people who...
Yeah, man.
Left me here alone. Oh, sorry, I forgot you was out there. I'm Dwayne Beeman, the producer of Jump To It. And since Anitra has left, I guess I'll have the honor of introducing the newest and youngest member of Jump To It, the magnificent 4-year-old Nicholas Speed.
I don't know what that is on the stuff,
What is Trans-Africa?
Wow. Dude, look, I am not gonna front. Y'all don't understand, man. I get the exclusive.
I've been doing this my whole life, for sure.
Man, how did that actually transpire for actually you to like be on like a national radio program in DC? Like, how did you get started with that?
How that actually happened was when we moved to Washington, D.C., I so happened to be in some barber shop or something, and the guy was like, hey, this kid talks really well for his age or something. You know, they got these things at the Children's Museum. Maybe I should go down there and check it out. They got like a little couple programs for kids or whatever. So I went down there, did a little audition or whatever, and then nailed it. And then they ended up putting me on the radio, and I ended up being like the youngest host on the children's show. You know what I mean? So, I mean, other kids might have been like 13, 8, 9, you know, something like that. And I was like 4. So it's pretty cool. I mean, so I ended up being the president based off of that, especially living in Washington, D.C. And shoot, man, I just loved hip hop. You know what I mean? I just loved it. So by the time I came to Detroit, I just started watching TV, like, you know, and I was just looking at how like the DJs would do the hip hop DJing, like with the mixer and all of that, and then I would just try to mimic it, like in the basement, like, you know. And then they'd be like, man, get away from my radio. Because I'd be in there trying to scratch it on there. So, you know, I was like banned from like a million radios, like any family house, like, get away from the radio. So it was like, they tried to tell me like the radio was going to shock me or something to keep me off of it. But I knew better because I was taking them apart and everything. All in their records, CDs, whatever. So, you know, so that's how I really got started, and then DJing, and then I just figured out that I could freestyle. So I just started rapping, and then started taking it seriously in high school. That's where I met people like Majestic Legend, T-Cal Meese, formerly now known as Elite, a lot of Subterraneous people, Elzai, you know what I mean? Swan, the battle rapper, like, you know, a lot of people, Gino, Breakfast Club, House Shoes, all those people I was meeting like early on. They was all kind of like, some of them was like older than me, you know what I mean? So I just had a privilege of being under people that was like, you know, under that original hip hop shop like era, you know what I mean? Like I definitely witnessed the hip hop shop, but me being kind of young, I didn't really get a chance to just be in there every week, like, you know, shutting shit down and all of that. But we was definitely inspired by the shop, because it was like a mystery, and we was, you know, like we just heard about it, and they was like superheroes to me, like, oh man, oh, he signed, isn't he? Oh my god, like, Eminem, like, oh man. So that made me want to be better at my craft, because I knew that, you know, even though these people hadn't hit nationally yet, I still felt like they was some of the best artists I ever heard. I didn't know if that was like favoritism or what, but I just know I love this music I keep hearing from Detroit. So, you know, it didn't sound like nothing else. And then, you know, like I said, I didn't really know those guys, so I didn't know Dilla and Proof and all of them. Like, and you know, everybody who was up there, like B, just like a cousin. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like figured out later on like about the music, but you know what I mean. Other than that, I just had an interest in music from birth basically, and then, you know, when I figured out there was some music going on in the city I was in, I just wanted to hear what it sounded like, and it so happened to be incredible.
Wow.
Dilla and Eminem, so we got a chance to hear them like at least 2 years or whatever before the rest of the world. So, you know, I remember those was like actual local music, like, you know what I mean? Please listen to my demo status or something. But I was a kid, I would be like recording the radio, so I would always catch the world premieres and interviews and stuff like that.
Right. Now you was in a group called 925, right?
Yeah, 905 Colony.
Well, explain about that group and how did y'all actually form that group?
Well, how we actually formed the group, good question. Due to my radio experience, Detroit Public Schools had a radio station called 90.9 WDTR. So it was kind of like, basically kids could have shows or whatever. So me being a kid that already had a show, I wanted to get another show. So I had some people that was like interested in some hip hop music that I was like cool with in high school and stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, let's do a radio show. So like 9th grade, I was like trying to make a radio show, or I was formatting a radio show for WDTR called, originally called Hip Hop 925.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's where the name came from. Me, my boy Ski, and yeah, we was the first two, I think. And then a couple dudes from high school, you know, we called it the 9 to 5 crew. Like, Yeah, we the 9 to 5 crew. Like, we the people that like hip hop at the school type shit. Or whatever. So, so it's like everybody could be part of the crew. Like,
Right.
So then it formed into a group. Or not the 9 to 5 colony.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We just came out with that. Like, all right, that's gonna be what we call ourselves, like, as a rap group or something. So, that's basically where the name came from. So it was me and Majestic. Well, me and Skeet first, and then, Majestic. And then, we used to just basically be over Skeet career. He had a little couple beat machines or whatever. So it was like $1 million of us. He had the biggest house. So his mom just let us, like, go crazy over there in the Boston Edison district. So, on the west side, we over there, like, just, like, making beats, rapping, like, just doing whatever we want to do. So that's how we started making beats and just rapping and all of that. We just rap the instrumentals forever. And, like, we just practice the same raps forever. We just know each other ad-libs, like, we'd just be crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't record really until we actually came across, like, the mixer with the CD burn, the mic, or the karaoke machine. I mean, that was like our studio. We was just, and then here in Slum Village's tapes, they still kind of sounded kind of like professional, but like unprofessional. Like, it made me feel like I could do it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like they was just doing it on the one take, like some Temptations sharing the mic, like whatever.
Wow.
One mic going around, So we would just kind of emulate with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, well, we can record. Like, we don't need a studio. We can just record on these karaoke machines and, just overdub stuff and stuff like that. So,
Right.
Yeah.
That was dope, man. That's real dope.
That's how it happened. So, 9 to 5 colony, we meet Elzai. I meet Elzai at House Shoe's birthday party and like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that he actually liked the Marvin Gaye "Hear My Dear" album. I thought that was. That was like his most least selling album or whatever, but it was an incredible album. So, and if you really look, a lot of artists are influenced by that album. But I was just surprised that anybody else was up on that because I knew about it because of my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, and I know that wasn't like the one that the hits was on. So it was just kind of like, damn, neither one of us is from that generation, but we just to like research music and have that knowledge of music like that. I was like, okay, yeah. And then one below, he was like one of the early supporters, one of the early people we ever worked with doing shows in Port Huron, and we was like going all over Michigan instead of just doing stuff in Detroit. So that's like kind of like the 9 to 5 story. And then L ended up getting with T3, made a couple songs with Slum Village, and they wanted them in the group, so we was happy, like heck yeah. So I ended up actually going to the Slum Village studio all the time with L.
Mm-hmm.
And like we was still cool like that. So I was just learning a lot in the studio. And just seeing how they were able to record and try to get their sound, but I don't think they really got where I was trying to go at first, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody, but like I was just thinking of like stuff like Witness My Growth, like,
Right.
I'm like, I wanted to put, like their old material together in a compilation. I wanted to do that for Slum Village, but they was like, yeah, right, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to, so like, at this time I'm unproven basically, like I don't have any thing to the resume except for like, okay, I know you'd be doing a little rapping and making a couple beats, but like it's not really, out there like that. But I'm coming with these harebrained ideas like, let's just take all your old material off of cassette tapes,
Mm-hmm.
put them on a CD and sell it.
Wow.
Like, whatever. Like, these are rare songs that I love, so let's just put all the rare ones together. And then that's how Witness My Growth came about. That was 2004. And then shortly thereafter that, I ended up getting my beats and music out to like 50 Cent. And then not even a year of Witness My Growth coming out, I was a platinum artist.
Wow.
Platinum producer, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah.
Now, how did you hook up with 50 Cent and the whole G Unit crew?
I actually, with my father being in the music industry, he lived in New York for a little while, and he had a couple friends out there. This lawyer named Louise West, who became my lawyer, also worked with Kanye, Timbo, 40, Drake's Mans, you know what I'm saying, Missy, like, so, all these great, incredible platinum artists that inspired me, so I'm just looking like, yeah, that inspired me to make a demo and everything, so anyway, I was gonna go out there and just, I don't know, just try my hand at shopping my music, but I only knew her, the lawyer, and like I tried to set up a meeting with some of Kanye's people or whatever. So, you know, basically that fell through, but this other guy who, you know, named Rashidi Hendrix, he ended up working for MTV, but I was asleep on his couch for the night because my pops no dude or whatever. And then come to find out, he was the main plug that hit me to 50 and everybody. So
Wow.
he ended up giving my music to Fifth and them, and then he was like, yeah, they really like your music. I was like, okay, cool, because I wasn't even thinking of 50 as I was making those beats, you know what I mean? I didn't even think that they would get that far. Like, I don't know, maybe so, but I wasn't thinking about shopping them, you know what I mean? So it was just like raw ideas, raw beats and stuff like that. So basically, we just, people that put out the LZI with us or whatever, I told them about it, and then, you know, they ended up calling over to G Unit, and it was like, oh yeah, send us some music, send us